It's your girl Latanya, host of Infused Queen Tea Podcast. And we are rolling with Latanya vibes. Let's get into it. And the tea for the day is a nice, you know, matcha, a Japanese matcha powder with a little caramel macchiato cold foam and a square ice for aesthetic. Let's try it. Let me go ahead and give y'all a little ASMR, a little TSMR, ASMR, and LMNOP. I hear that. Let me. That shit good. We didn't come. We came here for the tea. We came here for the tea, and not this one. And yes, I've been gone, but y'all know me. I love to perfect my craft. I didn't even know what to call it. That's how that how different, how out of this world that shit is, right? But no, y'all know how I am. If I am gone, it's because I am perfecting my craft. I want to do things my way, and I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say. It's giving Rihanna vibes. It's giving you guys have been waiting for years, going on a decade, for another album, and I'm gonna keep teasing. But like, I have not got to Rihanna's pay grade, so I need to clock in, and this is me clocking in. But like I said, so I would have been away for a little bit. And the reason why is because I realized I've been in my little research bag. I'm very much a researcher. Okay. And I realized like a lot of content right now is like over processed and saturated. And it's because we just keep sharing the same messages. And it seems like everybody wants to give advice. Like everyone is literally like a motherfucking connoisseur of some sort, right? And that's good, right? But like, I feel like we need people in this world that are just like hyping you up. Like you're just genuine cheerleaders. Like there's no hype men in music anymore. Think about it. Think about it. I mean, the only hype man I really see currently is Lotto's little sister. You know what I'm saying? But like, think about back in the day, hype man. Hype me up. Like even her, my sis Flippa. All right, my sis Flippa. Where's her hype man in hype me up in affirmations? You would think you would in the back. Like no, like that's what I'm saying. I'm here to be y'all's hype man right now. I feel like y'all don't need a podcast telling y'all who to be, what to think, what's next, lying to y'all about where abundance is going to be, if it's going to be hitting in the next 24 to 35, 8 minutes. Like I don't want to give y'all lies. I don't want to come on here acting like a fake ass guru. But I definitely am a master at this life shit. I'm just not to toot my own horn. I am a master at this life shit because you want to know what makes a master? The wisdom. And now being a master, I realize sometimes knowledge is a little bit more valuable than wisdom because wisdom comes with that lesson, right? Like I had to get my ass lit, tumble dry through life for me to become this master. And there's a lot of things that I could have just like watched and learned from someone else and avoided that, but I didn't because I'm the master. I have to do it for the experience, do it for the plot. Y'all love saying that. Do it for the plot. Okay. So basically, this episode is not your typical podcast episode. I am not here to bash anybody. I am not here to give opinion. I'm here to speak fact. And what I'm about to speak on is straight fact. Okay. And it's about the light that's within you, boo. And it's about I know a few people, millions, millions of people seen Sinners, right? And you seen that like the vampire represented like the energy harvesters of the earth. You know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual kind of reference, and y'all done watched enough fucking reviews, which is why y'all don't need that either in this podcast. You don't need my opinion on Sinners, but I'm just giving you the example of the vampire and the energy thing, right? So this episode is a love letter that I wrote to you guys about a month ago, right? Well, it was written on 5/16/2025. I just wanted to give reference. I don't know what time of day, but I decided to write a love letter to you guys. I was like, you know what? I love people and I love my people and I love my collective. And you know what? I feel like they don't want to hear another bullshit mental health podcast. And I'm not going to give that to them. I'm going to give them exactly what the fuck I told y'all, perseverance. I'm going to give y'all exactly what you're looking for, elevation and transparent conversations, right? And so when I wrote this letter to you guys, it was also me writing a letter to myself but it was like basically the collective light that I was referencing, right? So before we get into this, I just want you to know you matter. You genuinely fucking matter. And I don't need you to be somebody's fucking Facebook post because they decided not to see or really cultivate and share the love for the light that you had. Meaning, let's just get into the transparency. As a woman who has struggled with suicidal ideation, those are things that I'm not going to act like don't even come across my mind in my 32 years of like, I'm 32 years old and I'm still experiencing those sometimes, just being very fucking transparent, right? But when you see Latanya anywhere, y'all never would even see that on me. And a lot of times I be wearing that shit. It'd be the times where people would expect me to be the happiest in my life. And then the times where I'm quiet, which is when I'm genuinely just taking in the gratitude of like where I'm at, who I am, the fact that I'm living another fucking day when I chose like one day that I thought that was going to be the last type shit. Um, it was just like in those moments, this is where that letter was cultivated, right? There's a lot of people from my hometown that died. Like, I want to say where I went to high school at, it seemed like almost every single year someone was passing. Now, some of them were accidental deaths. Some of those were, a lot of those are accidental deaths, but there's a few of those deaths that were suicide that, like, even though this is like 11 years later after high school and I might not have been close to these people, their name rings a bell in my head and their presence, their spirit, even just like the 10 seconds or a minute interaction that I had passing by these people because of the light that they shone in this world that clearly I was able to see, and now noticing that that light's gone, it does like bother me. And I know I'm smiling, but that's just my coping mechanism to deal with the hard shit that I have to say. But no, genuinely, there has been a lot of people that were in my graduating class or around the 4 years that have committed suicide. And these are people that either I'm gonna give you guys demographic, not people, but demographic. These are people that I noticed either came from large, well, it seemed like they came from large communities, meaning they had family, friends. They were well known in the community, things of that matter. You would think that they had so much support, but these people chose to end their life because they did not feel support, right? And everyone had their own reasons, and that is not for me to digress, digest, or for us to communicate on. But what I have common um, awareness of is that all these people showed signs prior to them doing certain things. And the biggest pet peeve of mine, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, the biggest pet peeve of mine is watching and seeing people put like questionable shit for 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes months, sometimes years, and no one says anything. But as soon as that person is no longer here, status, the care, the oh my God, I can't, no, you can the proof is in the 24 statuses that they posted before they actually took their life. The proof was in that live that they get on, and they're spilling their heart out to you guys, and y'all are just clicking on for entertainment, for content engagement, to say that you know something or you was a part of some shit. Like, not even because you gave a fuck about the person, but more for your own, personal gain. And that's not for my collective, because I know my collective beings, we don't operate like this, right? But I'm just trying to tell you, like, or give you concept of what we're about to get into, or my letter of love to you guys, right? In those spaces, recently we had someone else pass that was from my local area or my hometown, and I didn't know her personally, but her death definitely struck a chord in me. A nigga could not sleep once I seen it. And it was not necessarily what she said that was like stricken. What is that word? It wasn't the words that got me. It was the people's reactions to it after. It was the fact that people were using her actual pain and her hurt again, which like kind of re confirms to these people that clearly I don't mean shit to anybody. I'm literally content. Um, let me get into the story of why we are not letting anybody consume your life, because that's literally what I fucking came here for. I got into it. I went on a tangent. I'm sorry, but like suicide hits home with me because every year that like whenever I have good moments in life, and in those like peak moments, and it's never like the fucking accomplishments of like, oh, I got the job, or oh, I got the crib, or I got this, I got that. No, it's like those soul level gratifying things where it's like I'm in the space of people that genuinely love me, and I can feel that love, and we're just operating and coexisting. It's the times where like people see me in ways that I did not think people actually see me. And it's people that don't actually know me that see my light. That so like moments like that, when I'm in those peak happy moments, I think about the moments where I did not want to be here. I think about the moments where I almost made that shit happen. And in those moments, like it's not even guilt anymore. It's not even shame, because I remember a lot of times whenever I would have great moments, I would feel this instant guilt or shame. Like, damn, girl, you really was like about to rob yourself and others of this moment and this experience, and you were being selfish. But no, I wasn't being selfish. I mean, healing is, yes, I was a little bit being selfish, but I'm saying like my intention behind how I was thinking, behind how I was moving, was never a selfish intent. It was more like I just wanted to relieve pain from other people, because I felt like every time I would get in a dark mental space, it was a burden on other people. And I didn't want to be a burden. I'm gonna be honest. And every time I would have those moments pop up, I would be like, not this shit again. And I would go into isolation, which we're gonna get into why isolation and so solitude is complete two different things. And now being in a space where I'm at, all I'm trying to say is, babe, don't let this world take you to fuck under at all. And in moments where you don't think that there is somebody out there loving on you, needing your existence, I need you to reflect back to Sister Tanya and her love letter to you that is titled, Don't Let Them Consume Your Light. Now, I definitely have done like a blog post about this shit like about 2 years ago, but I kind of wanted to write an intimate letter to you to remind you. And so let's get into the letter. Babe, you've already recognized that you are the light, the biggest star, the sun. Everyone enjoys the sun for their own intentions, and some of those intentions are not for the greatest. But that doesn't take away the presence, the purpose, or the gift that the sun possesses. So many people meet you with kind gestures, gifts, kind words to exchange for the energy that is truly invaluable. They use their kind words as camouflage to their word curses. They projected admiration when it was authentically envy. And even in those gentle gestures, revealed alternative motives. Within that, you chose to seek internally to make peace within your existence. You became your savior in solitude and finally found why you were divinely chosen to be the brightest beam of light. Your light doesn't rest behind your shadows or retreat behind the external projections. It is forever exuding, forever brightening, and even in the darkness, when everything tries to consume you, your world will never be consumed. And so, yeah, I'm about to have to be a mommy. I just kind of wanted to give y'all that love letter. And guys, tune in for a later message. I think next episode, we're going to get into mommy's Miami trip and a few other episodes that I definitely have in fucking mind that I definitely been cooking on. So I love you guys and have a good day.